We started out a year ago, and because we didn't understand our audience well enough, we didn't pick a name then. We picked a working title, which is Blue Spark, and I feel like we're very close to having the product and the name, so we really don't have a name yet. I feel like there's a lot of excitement in the lean startup community about business practices, and that's where the real innovation comes in, is in a different way of thinking about your business. But to make that sustainable over the long term, you need to deal with technology in very particular ways, and that if you don't, you're likely to risk company failure down the road. And I've been writing software for a long time, and I feel like I don't want these people to miss out on some of the more subtle parts and wreck their companies. You can think of the lean startup as having three different aspects. One is customer development, which is the thing that people talk the most about. Another is lean manufacturing and lean philosophy. And then a third is the agile methods, in particular extreme programming. And it's that third one that I think has gotten the least amount of attention, and I don't want to get lost. I feel like most of what people call agile is actually the 5 or 10%. It's like going to a big buffet and then getting only desserts. And those are the easy ones to adopt, and they feel fun, and they often provide managers with reasons to feel important. So that's what gets used. But in a startup context, that feeling of importance, that kind of desire for bullshit can only ruin companies. And so I feel like the much more interesting part for lean startup attendees is the harder technical practices, things like the automated testing, the frequent refactoring, the high focus on maintainable code. And it's not nearly as sexy, but to keep up with the business side iteration, the rapid change in the very nature of the business, you really need a very disciplined approach to the technology, or you end up with giant messes that don't let you iterate as quickly as customer development needs you to iterate. I think that agile methods, and extreme programming in particular, were built for contexts where there was a known problem and a reasonably well understood solution that you just had to go out and execute. In the lean startup context, you're dealing with an unknown problem. You got some notions, but you're explicitly saying, we don't know, we have to figure it out. And so in the agile context, you're used to building things in a very reliable way. In addition, in a lean startup context, you still have to be able to do that when you're building your real product. But for all of these throwaway things, the A/B tests, the prototypes, the click tests, you really need to be able to build disposable stuff very quickly and not worry about sustainability. And so I think the real magic in a lean startup is knowing the difference between when to write something very temporarily, as cheaply as possible, and then when to invest in sustainability, because it's code you'll be stuck with for 5 or 10 years.